Good morning, America. I'm sure all of you are aware of the Army McCarthy hearings this week. Let's get a little playback on that. First, who is McCarthy? For those of you who don't know him by name, you might have seen this famous clip.
Democrat? Communist. Wearing red? Communist. Failed actor? Communist.
I'm sure you've all seen this clip too.
There are plenty of reasons why you should trust me. I am making America greater by eliminating communists who pose a serious and grave threat to our society. I'm simply investigating different groups of people, such as the Army, thoroughly to ensure that no criminals are roaming around scot-free. I have here in my hand a list of 205 people that were known to the Secretary of State as being members of the Communist Party and who nevertheless are still working and shaping the policy of the State Department.
Now, let's take a closer look at that clip.
I have here in my hand a list of 205 people that were known to the Secretary of State as being members of the Communist Party who nevertheless are still working and shaping the policy of the State Department.
This is when he first made waves accusing government officials of being communist. The world was at his fingertips. Now he is going bigger and attacking the army. The very army that protected you during World War II, when the threat of the Germans was imminent. The army that sacrificed their lives for you to fight America's enemies. And you will throw that away for him? Today, we will be speaking with one of McCarthy's accused, Fred Fisher.
Thank you so much. I just want to begin by saying that I, Fred Fisher, was falsely accused of being a communist by Senator McCarthy. I work for Joseph Welch, who defended the Army from his charges. Just because my firm, the National Lawyers Guild, has communist ties does not mean that I am a communist. Further investigation and proof would be required, unlike what McCarthy did, just outright accusing me. What I don't understand is why people believe McCarthy in the first place. This is the man we chose to place our trust in?
Let's now watch the clip of Fisher being baselessly accused and McCarthy being shut down at the Army McCarthy hearings.
Mr. Welch, one of your associates, Fred Fisher, works with the NLG, a communist organization. What do you think about that?
Until this moment, Senator, I, Joseph Welch, believe I've never truly gauged your cruelty or your recklessness. Fred Fisher is a young man who went to the Harvard Law School and came into my firm and is starting what looks to be a brilliant career with us. Little did I dream he could be so reckless and so cruel as to do an injury to that lad. It is true that he will continue to be with Hale and Dor. It is, I regret to say, equally true that I fear he shall always bear a scar, needlessly inflicted by you. If it were in my power to forgive you for your recklessness, I would do so. I like to think that I am a gentleman, but your forgiveness will have to come from someone other than me. Senator, may we not drop this? We know he belonged to the Lawyers Guild. Let us not assassinate this lad any further. You've done enough. Have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, have you left no sense of decency? Mr. McCarthy, I will not discuss this further with you. You've sat within 6 feet of me and could have asked me about Fred Fisher. You've seen fit to bring it out. And if there's a God in heaven, it will do neither you nor your cause any good. I will not discuss it any further. I will not ask Mr. Cohn any more questions. You, Mr. Chairman, may, if you will, call the next witness.
Is this really the man that you want to re-elect for senator this year? A man who not only trips over his words, but also his own feet? A man who based his entire campaign on lies and false accusations? A man who purposefully instills fear in others to gain an upper hand? A man who manipulates the government for his own gain, which if you ask me is more communist than his accusations. Ditch McCarthy, stick with the army.
I'm Joseph Welch, Chief Counsel for the Army, and I approve this message.